stage, please, to talk about sampling frame challenges under a flexible licensing regime, a case study from Catalonia. Come on in, Marta.
Hello everybody. My name is Marta Pujol, a PhD student from Institute of Marine Science in Barcelona. And I'm working on ICATMAR, that is a cooperation group in between CSIC, that Council Spanish, and Government of Catalonia. So today I will be thinking about sampling frames challengers under a flexible license regime, the case of the Northwestern Mediterranean Sea. So our work is focused on methodological part. Okay. So the introduction is monitoring, marine recreational fishing monitoring is started in 2020s. Oh, so, oh, oh, sorry.
We can give you this one. Try that one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Great, perfect. And started in 2020s and it's going until now. So the program is located in the northwestern of the Peninsula Iberic, so here the yellow part. And the objective of obtaining this monitoring is to a clear overview for all the activity in this sector only for marine cases. So our data collection is for 3 databases. The first one is on-site part, that there are a beautiful poster this night that Patricia presents. And the other part is the online surveys that we are distributed via email. So this study center in this part. And also the official license systems records we obtained it from the regional government. So there are the last part of the monitoring. And for know this, the big question that we ask is, why is building a good sampling frame difficult under the flexible license system? And how does this mean for the survey quality? So the presentations we divide with 4 blocks. So this is the first one. And we have some preliminary results and the final future work. So the first block is frames construction. And our typical monitoring with using a license-based surveys. And this approach are implicitly assumes a simple relationship between one license for one fisher, but this is not true in Catalonia because it's a big mess that we have a lot of different license types that we see in this table. We have surface license that we cover anglers and catch and release license. We have underwater, that is the simpler one, that is only one and is 1 year and only from marine waters. And also the collective ones that is associated from charters. So it's super difficult to understand what happened. And also we have different varied periods. We have 1-day license, 2-day license, 15-day license, and the 1 to 4 years. So it's super complicated to understand which fishers is in the, yes, sorry. So for understand all of this, we create 3 big blocks from the statistic part. That the first one is coverage errors. That this part is when the sampling frames do not full represent for our target population. So we some examples about this is not email address or fishers without license, or we have the problem that some fishers take the license without Catalonia, so outside from Catalonia, sorry. For example, it's more cheaper in Galicia or in Asturias than Catalonia, so it's another difficult to understand why the people buy the license out from Catalonia. The other part is multiplicity. It occurs when the singular fisher appears multi-times in the registers, and is another thing that we would like to solve in the future years. For example, duplicate entries or fishing more than one type of license. For example, is one fisher have in the 1 month 3 times 1-day license, so it's rare. And the final is the content errors, refers to incorrect or update information. And examples of this is errors in the email address or misclassification the license type, or for example, different status of the license because we have some different status. So for all these errors, we would like to create some mitigations to address and organize all these things. The second block is our sampling, and the first part is some surveys monthly sent. We send more or less every month 4,000 emails, and it's random. So these lists are random for every month, and these features only receive these surveys once per year. So in this here is the graphic, and we storage all these emails in the pool of the emails for send the surveys. And the second part is that we're working on this is the surveys distribution schedule, because we send these surveys every 24 of the month, and we have this response window from the last month, and we have the possibility to respond to until the next 24. So we would like to create this distribution more dynamics, because now it's now it's super dynamics, and we would like to stay more non-dynamics. So yes, we're working on this part too. So for create these challenges and says what happened in this part is we saw that the people non-open the surveys, also non-receive the service because write the wrong email, or yes, don't interested in the surveys. And also we have some problems that active or non-active in each month. And for create these mitigations, we send reminders. And here in the graphic is the annual year, and we make some zoom in May for see the peak. The big bar is the day that we send the surveys, and the small bars are the peak reminders. So when we after receive these surveys, we saw that the people continue the questionnaire or open the questionnaire. So it's great. The 3 block is our data collection, and it's also the answers monthly received. And we send this survey with the Qualtrics platform that is very usual in the research programs. And we storage all this data in the ICADMAR database. So here, the challenges are incomplete data or poor data or non-response data. And the mitigations, as we would like to create more engagement in the email notes for the people know what is the meaning for understand complete the surveys and create that this project is fine for his activity. So here the graphic, the gray bars are the sends, and the brown bars are the response, the answers. And this is for 2024, so the bars of answers are more less than the years before. For example, 2020 is the first year that we start the program. More or less was 1,000. Now is in the middle, so 500. So yes, is less. And the final block is our quality control. And here we are still on working on this, because we saw that the people, when we join the unique email here for the sends and the service, we saw that there are some EDs with the same email. So we classify these emails according to individual case, families, or companies. This percentage about this classification is for a good way. The case individual are more than 80%, less than 20% are families, and very less percentage are companies, because in Catalonia there are a start to improve charters groups, and now it's more or less 30 charters in all Catalonia. So once we respond to this and see what happened, our questionnaire, our study is define these domains. The first one is this individual, families, and companies. The second one is active or non-active, because it's important to know is the people is active in each month, not the past. For example, if one day license in May is non-active in April, so it's necessary to know exactly in which month is active. And also our domains, we center in marine waters, but we have also fresh waters, because the license is together. And to know all of this, we would like to know the fishing effort and estimation the total number of the fishers. So our preliminary results, because we are still working on this, is to estimate the total fishing effort by days. And here these formulas, if you have more information later, we can talk about it, because it's from the book Shannon Lord 2024. And for create this graph, we ask how many days have you gone fishing the past 4 weeks. So in the brown lines is the individual case, and the blue ones are families, and error bar represents a 95% the conference intervals. So yes, it's a few graphic. And finally, the future works and improvements, we separate with the same blocks, and we have some completed that we check, and this work is going on, and the others is the wave is still ongoing. For example, the first one, simplify the license systems. We have some meetings with government to classify and organize better these things about the samplings. Also, for example, we use a natural calendar year. We have some problems with license quality that we need to reschedule better the license systems for start to January to December, because now we start in August and finish in July. So it is difficult for us to analyze all this. And for example, the other thing is reduce the surveys reduce the surveys to complete the time, because now it's very long, the surveys. I need to create a simple questions and reduce these times. So now we were working to automatization all this information in our data sets, and yes, and complete the future works. So thank you very much for the attention.
Thank you very much, Marta. Great talk. First talk at a conference, and so you did really well. That was fantastic. Any questions for Marta? I've got a question. No, you have to stay. I've got a question. How many people are there in your sampling frame, or how many individual entries?
In the online part, every month we receive 500, 800 people answers every month. So yes, and now we have more 42,000 response from online questionnaire. And from on-site questionnaire is face-to-face interviews, have more or less than 9,000. Yes.
That's a lot. You can leave now.